OK, so lots to talk about. Let's start with Brian Blessed.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Well, it's been a long time, that is,
It's a couple of years. Well, like for a mountaineer, those steps should have been pretty easy.
Very easy, yes, for a mountaineer. Yes.
Well, listen, we're going to talk about Little Princess, which is this children's programme which you do the voice for, which is globally successful. It's an extraordinary phenomenon. We'll come to that in a little while, but I want to go back about, I estimate, 60-odd years. To pre-war Yorkshire, where you were born and grew up, because it's really weird. We were talking to Robson Green, another great actor here, a few days ago. His father was a miner as well, and just like him, you didn't want to follow Daddy down the mine, did you?
No. I think none of the coal miners wanted their sons to go down the mines. I was in South Yorkshire, and my father was a coal hewer. He died just a year ago, 99, the oldest Yorkshire coal miner.
And I thought mining.
I know. Well, he
young.
did the hardest work, kind of, coal hewer, which is 17 tons a day with a pick and shovel,
right at the face,
belt.
right at the face.
And so he's deep in all that coal dust, and he was always healthy all his life. I think he was gassed 3 times and crushed 3 times, and so forth. And I never forget watching him come home one day, because when I was a child in South Yorkshire, there were no baths, and he came home covered, encrusted in soot, and this great helmet and the gas lamps. And he came through like Hector at the gates of Troy. And I was little lad, Dad, and I was reading The Dandy and the Beano. What are you doing, lad? And I'm reading The Amazing Mr. X, and he took me, and it was like the Ovaltine's advert. And there was, take his big helmet off with all the lights on it, and then he'd go into the bathroom. There was no enamel on the bath, and he'd strip. And he was a kind of white body with great muscles. Bodies can look marvellous when they're brown, even the worst body. But his body was white and chiselled. And he got into the bath, and I washed his back, which was purple, because of the roof force. He worked mainly naked most of the time, because it was so hot in the coal mines. And so, my dad was a great hero. And on the weekends, he played his opening fast bowler for Yorkshire's second team.
And was your father a big man like you?
No, my mother was. My mother was big. My father was very wiry. He's about 5'10", a tremendous kind of athlete. All my uncles have lived into their late 90s. I've still got some alive.
And you're what are you now?
I'm 72.
You're in great nick.
Yes.
Like another actor we had on 2 or 3 days ago, a much younger actor, one of your very first jobs was to work in an undertaker's. And you had to make the coffins, and you made them too small, so you used to have to squeeze the bodies in.
You've done your research.
It's disgusting.
My God, Richard. Ladies and gentlemen, I left school at 14 because my dad was injured in the coal mines, crushed. So I had to leave school at 14. I was school captain. It broke my heart. I did my schooling at night, and the only job I could get was undertaker's assistant. And, of course, I was bad at carpentry, so I always made the coffins too small. And so Mr. Phillipson would come in, very Dickensian, and I'd be squashing the bodies into the coffins. Good, Brian, what are you doing, Brian? They can't feel anything. They're dead. They can't feel it. Anyway, I got criticised so much, and the richest man in the village died. So, right, I've had enough. So I made his coffin 8 feet long. So they put the body in the coffin, and then in the church, people at the ceremony said, it looks as though he's taking his bloody money with him.
Where did you lose the accent then? When did you start? Because you can't always have spoken like this.
I kind of had Patrick Stewart myself, Jean-Luc Picard's Star Trek. He lived in the next village, and we both, my Yorkshire accent
You and Patrick,
was
I missed that. You and Patrick Stewart were
Patrick Stewart and I were great friends. He was 9 and I was 11, and we met each other. And so we've always been friends ever since, I think that every time I see him, you're going to die on Mount Everest. No, I'm not, Patrick. So there's tremendous kind of affinity. From being a child, you're going to die. No, I'm not.
Stop you a second. Can we cancel the rest of the guests? We don't need them. We'll bring them on another time. This is fine. OK.
But anyway, in actual fact, I never forget, but I did this Tarzan thing, and for Disney, which I've always wanted to do a Disney film, and narrated it. And I do the villain, Clayton, in the Disney film, this man who fights and kills all the gorillas. And
Great.
The lovely thing is that the Tarzan thing, from my childhood, we saw the Johnny Weissmuller films, that's right. And we all did the yodel. And I finished Clayton, 2 years I was on it, the Tarzan film, and I was just going to get on my plane, and they were trying to teach the Tarzan the yodel, the guy doing Tarzan. And a lovely voice like that, here's Tarzan. And he was there, and I said, I can do it for you if you want, because we all did it as kids. Because we did the Johnny Weissmuller films, When Johnny Weissmuller came on the screen as Tarzan, and he just went Angawa, didn't he? That's what he ever said to the animal, Angawa. And said, what, Brian, we can't get anybody to do the yodel, so I probably can't do it. Brian, do it. So I went, oh, this, good God! My God! They didn't know you don't catch a plane. We get the solicitors down, and I signed a separate contract for the yodel. Yeah, for the yodel. And then the premiere, the Tarzan was standing there with all the press there, and I was behind his back with a microphone near his mouth going, oh!
It's like singing in the rain, isn't it, with Debbie Reynolds?
Yes. Listen, while we're talking about childhood things, let's look at this this very funny cartoon with Jane Horrocks as the voice of the Little Princess.
Little Princess.
She's a very, I mean, I know she's a very popular character in the books, this Little Princess, and she really appeals to little girls.
Yes.
And you've joined for a Christmas special.
And this lovely, wonderful mad uncle, Walter, who she relates to like children do to their older ones. Absolutely. And he's full of magic and he's full of energy, a bit mad like Brian Blessed. Rather like me. And she can't get him there for Christmas. Right. I believe in Christmas. I love Christmas myself. And she can't get him because he's snowbound and she's heartbroken, but eventually he does get there. And he gives her the most magical Christmas.
All right, well, let's see. You're on the phone to him in this early part of the programme.
So, are you having a merry little Christmas?
Well, I need snow. I want to use my new sleigh.
Yes! If you want something, all you have to do is dance.
Dance? Oh. Thanks, Great Uncle Walter. Bye.
No, that's not it. Ah, yes. All you have to do is ask.
The thing about you, Brian, is...
Yes. I'm the parrot, by the way. There's no end to my challenge. I'm the parrot as well, love. In case you need to employ me.
Me too. You don't stop working.
Parrot.
Because I was going to say, the thing about you is you seem to be able to do anything. You can act comedy, you can act straight, you can, be in major films, you can be in small cartoons. And there's only one thing, I think, that you and I have in common. We've both hosted Have I Got News For You, the difference being that you were funny. We just have to show you here because you're just so quick with the guys. Here we go.
I'm Brian Blessed. It's me. Now, in the news this week, the polls continue to slide for Gordon Brown. And some people are saying he's dead and buried. But I think the opposite. I say, Gordon's alive! My job's impossible. No,
it's just the way you're doing it.
I know, I'm doing it. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here.
I think Paul Merton said that was the funniest...
It was, of course, the Conservative MP, Alan Duncan. I can't do it because it's too early in the evening. But, of course, I tell a story. Paul said, what's it like going to the toilet on Everest? And I won't do it here. Of course, I described 6 of us landlocked high at 26,000 feet in a 2-man tent, describing how we go to the toilet. And it ends up with a so-and-so on this guy's shoulder, blown by the breeze. Anyway, I told the story. The studio stopped for 3 minutes to stop the show, and Alan Duncan was legless. We couldn't continue. He fell off the chair, and he was legless. He was legless. But I have to say, I can say this, that I've been going, Have I Got News For You again, and been giving them hell again, that I do want to say that, incidentally, to all the viewers, that if you do go to Everest, always make sure you camp above the French. Because, I mean, they're dreadful. When it comes to toilets, love, they will from a great height. Anyway...
Well, listen.
Oh, not again! Pull your trousers up! Pull your trousers up! Okay.
Well, just before the break, we're going over to Ruth's in the bar, and he's with someone that you'll very probably remember, Brian, OK?
Yes.
Yes, the gentleman to my immediate right was not only the body double for the drawings of Brian's character in The Little Princess, weirdly, but has also got a connection to Brian, and that is, sir?
Yes, I doubled him in Back to Business.
A British film, Back to Business. You are Brian Blessed's body double.
All the reverse scenes are me. I'm doing all this, and everyone thinks it's Brian Blessed.
And are you naturally gesticulative?
No, but I did my best.
You did your bits?
Yeah.
You've got the beard?
Yes, I had the beard, which they rolled up.
Really?
Yes, Brian said to me, don't get it cut.